Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm talking about the one thing that you really need to achieve your goals. And basically this is what I believe to be the only thing really that what it all comes down to achieve your goals. And that thing that I want to talk about today is persistence. I think persistence is probably the major factor in whether or not you're actually going to achieve your goals. You sort of have to have this attitude of, I'm going to do this and I'm going to achieve this no matter what, no matter how long it takes me. And if you have that attitude of, I'm going to continue doing this basically until I achieve what I want to achieve, then nothing can stop you. You are literally never going to be stopped basically if you have that kind of attitude where you're just going to keep on going until it happens. You're just going to keep on persisting. And we need that kind of resolve. We need that kind of persistence if we want to achieve our goals. You have to come to this conclusion within yourself that this is it. I'm going to keep on doing this. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't matter, because no matter what, I'm going to keep on going. I'm never going to give up. I'm going to find away. So basically, if you want to be not working your 9 to 5 anymore and you want to be working off your side hustle, you want to be, let's say, just working at the thing that you love doing, whether it's your hobby, whether it is a side hustle, something like that, a business that you may have. Perhaps you're a writer, you have a blog or something. So you have this thing that you want to monetize that you hopefully will lead you to, becoming financially independent. Perhaps that's one of your goals. And basically you don't have to work anymore. You can do what you love, which is essentially what I think most people should be doing, unless they're already in that field, unless they're, they've decided that, I really want to be a shop clerk and that's just what I want to be, that's what I love, then that's great. But if you're in a position where you don't love what you're doing and you want to be doing what you love for a living, then this should really help you out. So the thing that I'm going to talk to you about is quite a famous NLP technique. And this NLP technique is all about how to achieve your goals. Tony Robbins calls it, and I think NLP professionals talk about it as the ultimate success formula. So that's what basically I'm going to talk to you about. So, but always keep in your mind persistence. Persistence is the main thing. But this is basically something that you can do so it can help you keep on persisting if things are not working out. So the first thing that you really need to know is your outcome. So what is your goal? Right? For you, it could be like a financial goal. Perhaps you work out basically how much you need to be earning from your side hustle, right? To be able to live, quite abundantly, to be living comfortably so you can quit, let's say, your 9 to 5. So knowing your outcome, knowing how much you might be earning, it could be in terms of how many customers you have. Let's say it's like a fitness goal, how much do you want to weigh in, muscle, or perhaps you're trying to lose weight. Knowing that outcome is really important. So knowing the exact figure is actually something that's really, really helpful because you can measure it, right? So if it's an amount of money, money is really easy to measure. You just count in dollars and cents, or Great British pounds if you're from the UK like myself. You can measure it, and it's very easy to measure. And the same is with your weight and your size. That's something that's also really easy to measure. Like if you're trying to build muscle, a certain amount of muscle, then you can use a tape measure on your limbs, to know if you're actually gaining that muscle that you want. And it's the same with excess weight. You can get your fat percentage calculated, right? These are things that you can easily measure. So you want your goal to be something that you can measure, right? Something that is easily measurable. So knowing your outcome is really important. So figuring that out is important. So answer this question for yourself now. You can pause the video if you like. What is my outcome? What is it that I want? And try to just keep this for the time being on just one goal. So that, let's say, your major purpose that you're trying to do right now. So what is that for you? What is that one major thing? And the reason why I want to keep it condensed to one thing is because if you have a lot of different goals going on, then you can tend to overwhelm yourself. So just for the sake of this video, we're just going to focus on this one goal of yours. So what is your outcome? And answer that question right now for yourself. You might want to grab a piece of paper and a notepad and just write down what your outcome is. What are you trying to achieve? And if it is in terms of money, you might need to take a little bit longer just to figure out how much I need to get, like in terms of money. So it could be like figuring out how much your mortgage is, how much you need to live off in terms of, what your food and utilities are like. So figuring all of that out, car payments, try and figure that out, try and get a good figure of what you need basically to be able to live well. You know, obviously you don't want to be like scraping every last dollar or pound or whatever it may be, but obviously you also want to be living comfortably. So how much would it be for you to be living comfortably? So the next like NLP thing in this ultimate success formula is the action. Like, what is the plan basically? What do you need to do in order to achieve this? What are the things that you need to do day in and day out to achieve this? Now, if you are struggling with taking action, then I highly recommend that you watch this video on motivation, because I really believe that will help you out if you haven't watched it already. Or if you have watched it already and you did like that video, then please go back to it as well, because it may give you that extra boost that you need. So you need to figure out what your plan is. You know, what action do you need to take? You know, it could be if it's a business and you're dealing with clients, then you need to think, okay, I need this many clients. You know, I need to be calling these people up. I need to be marketing my stuff, my social media posts, things that I'm creating. You know, I've got to be putting out there basically what my services are, marketing those things, and trying to get attraction in. And obviously, if it's something like a weight loss goal or you're building muscle, then you need to obviously have some kind of like exercise regime. You need to be taking, you need to be having you need to have like a good nutrition plan, you know, things like that. You need to figure out what it is that you need to be doing. What action do you need to be taking every single day that can inch yourself a little bit closer towards those goals? And then when you've been taking action for a while, the next part of this NLP success formula is results, being acutely aware of the results you're getting. And basically what this means is you need to be looking at what you're doing and thinking, is this working? Like, is this actually working for me? Like, am I actually making results? Am I getting closer to my goal? And if you're not getting closer to your goal, and let's say you've been doing this for, obviously things require a lot of context, so it can depend on how much time you've been working on it. But obviously, with different fields of industry and, things like exercise and, all there's a lot of different things that you need to consider when you are asking yourself, because obviously if it's something like exercise and you've only exercised for one day and you haven't lost anything, if you're trying to lose fat or something, then obviously one day is not enough time basically to be looking at your results and thinking, is this working? So you need to it requires a lot of context, So it might be a good idea to reach out to people who are perhaps doing the same things as you, that have done the same things as you are, who have achieved what you want to achieve, and ask them, like, how long did it take you to get the results that you wanted? And if they say to you, it took this amount of time, and you've done that amount of time, then maybe you need to tweak your approach. So obviously context comes into this a lot, but you need to be acutely aware of the results that you're getting. Like, if you've been working at something for a year, then you should have made some sort of progress. And if you haven't made any progress, then you need to go on to the next step of this NLP success formula, and that is to tweak your approach, to change your approach, to figure out what it is that you have been doing and perhaps do something a little bit different. And like I said, it doesn't mean that you change the goal. You should always persist at what you want, but perhaps you just need to change your approach a little bit. Perhaps you just need to do something here and there that's a little bit different to see if that works out. Right? So obviously, again, like, it comes into context, like, what are you doing? Is there something else you could try? But you don't want to let go of the end goal. And that basically circles us back around to persistence and why it's so important that you persist. You should always have the same end goal, unless for whatever reason you decide that this isn't for you anymore and you really feel that. But if it's just you just become discouraged because you haven't got the results fast enough, it might be just the case that you just need to change your plan a little bit. You just need to tweak whatever it is that you're doing so you can get the results that you want. And you kind of keep on tweaking, you keep on changing your approach until you find the right path that actually get you to where you want to go. So you have to, really consider all of those things, and also keep in mind persistence. So obviously if you decide at some point in your life that you don't want to do this anymore, you don't have that enthusiasm anymore, you don't have that passion for it anymore, then perhaps then you need to kind of consider whether or not you still want this. But if you know deep down in your heart that you still want this, whether it's a money goal, whether it's a weight loss goal or something like that, or whatever it may be, then you need to realize that, hey, if it's not working, then perhaps I just need to change something. And I have to keep on persisting at this. I have to keep on going at this, because that's the only thing that is stopping you, basically. And that's the only thing that can stop you. The only thing that can stop you is your lack of persistence. Because with persistence, if you even carry on persisting at a bad plan, there's still a chance that you could get there. In fact, there's a likely chance that you could get there. And you know, you doing the wrong plan and persisting at the wrong plan can still get you quite far as long as you keep on persisting. Obviously, if you're persisting with the right plan, then you can probably get there a lot faster. But as long as you're persisting, then eventually, no matter how much time, you know, you will get there eventually, even if the plan is not sound. It's better to be persisting with a bad plan than to not be persisting at all and to quit. Like, it's better to persist at the wrong plan and then perhaps come to a different conclusion later on down the road and finding a better plan. So if right now you can't think of anything else that you can do, then, you know, continue with the plan that you're already on. It might be the case that you just need to persist a little bit longer, and you will get there. So just keep that in mind as well. Like, as long as you're trying, as long as you're persisting and you're not giving up, you're still better off than everybody else who isn't trying, who quits too soon. So keep on persisting no matter what, because even with a bad plan, you can probably still get there eventually. So that's the great thing about persistence, and it's something that is really, really cool and something that I really love. I love talking about persistence. I love you know, thinking about it. I love persisting in things myself because I think it's such a great way to be able to get somewhere. And at least you're trying. You know, you have to give yourself that, even if it's not working out right now. At least you're trying, and that's definitely better than nothing. So thank you so much for watching. Please take care, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.